What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jarrell coming to you from Colossal Sports Talk. Yes, Colossal Sports Talk. It was previously named Colossal Boxing Talk, but me and my fellow homies at Colossal Sports Talk decided to change the name of the channel. The reason why, my homie CJ, he touched on that in his video. We decided we want to be more well-rounded, so we're going to talk about all sports: football, college football, basketball, NHL, MLB, tennis, hockey, whatever. We still gonna talk majority about boxing because that's what we love. That's our passion. But we gonna talk all sports. So the name will be officially changed later on to Colossal Sports Talk. But in this video, I want to talk about Floyd Money Mayweather, aka Pretty Boy Floyd, taking on Marcos Maidana. The fight is 12 days away. This is Marcos Maidana's moment. He's been craving a big fight like this for his whole career, and he finally gets his chance. Can he beat Mayweather, who's 45-0? He hasn't been defeated in his 18-year career. He really hasn't been close to being defeated, other than maybe the Castillo fight, and that was years ago. Floyd is up there in age, as you all know, but he hasn't really shown signs of declining in talent, just a little bit, but not really. We all know his repertoire. He's a defensive fighter first. He's hit you and don't be hit. He's a defensive specialist. His power is underrated in my opinion. I think he has more pop than he's given credit for. We know he has brittle hands, so I think that affected his power also, because when he was younger, he could drop you and hurt you and put you down for the count. But like I said, he has hand problems. We all know Marcos Maidana, the big power punching Argentinian. He put down Adrian Broner twice in their fight in December that set up this moment for him against Floyd Mayweather. He has dynamite in both hands. He's tough as they come. He fights all 12 rounds. He never quits. He can be dropped. He was dropped a couple of times in his fight with Victor Ortiz. So he's susceptible to being dropped and hurt to the body. But like I said, he's improved since he's joined Robert Garcia. And hired him on as his trainer. He boxes more. He uses the head movement more, and he sets up things off his jab. Mayweather will be much more difficult than Broner was. He made that fight with Broner look easy, even though Broner did what he had to do and survived 12 rounds and had his moments in that fight. For him to beat Floyd Mayweather, he will have to fight the perfect fight. He's not going to outbox Mayweather, so you can check that off the list of possibilities. He has to get Mayweather to fight his type of fight, and we all know that will be very difficult because Floyd is very disciplined. He's very focused on what he has to do. He does what he does the best. He doesn't he doesn't stray away from his game plan, and that's to move and box. He's not going to stay in the pocket and trade with you unless he's feeling extremely confident like he did with Victor Ortiz and Miguel Cotto when they fought. If he senses he can hurt you, if he senses that you're hurt, he will try to finish you. He's not going to be all out just jumping straight on you, but he's going to be disciplined in his attack and be controlled. He going to keep this fight in the middle of the ring. If you notice, every time his back touches the rope, he quickly gets off the rope. So don't expect him to lounge on those ropes against a guy like Maidana, who will look to pin him there and tee off to the body and the head. Maidana needs to work the body early and often, hitting Mayweather as hard as he can and moving his head while doing it. Mayweather has the speed advantage of feet and hand, so Maidana will have to use head movement and intelligent pressure. He needs to try to cut off the ring to Mayweather, step to Mayweather's right, and cut off his movement. Mayweather can be hit because he leaves his left hand down occasionally, as you've seen in his fight with Miguel Cotto. So those looping overhand rights that Maidana throws could be a big factor in the fight if he can catch Floyd Mayweather. Maidana just has to fight, hit any and everything that he can on Floyd Mayweather with intent to break bones, to drop him, to make him quit, knock him out. He cannot try to box the boxer. This is the ultimate boxer. This is not an Adrian Broner. This is not a Devin Alexander. Both of those guys are talented, but there's no comparison to Floyd Mayweather. And Marcos, like I said, Marcos Maidana earned his spot here. I like Marcos Maidana a lot. I think he has a chance early. If he doesn't get him out early, then I don't see any way that he's going to outbox Floyd Mayweather to win a decision. He has to, really test Floyd Mayweather's condition. And we know Floyd Mayweather is a supremely conditioned athlete. He's always working out. He's always in tip-top condition. He never overlooks anyone. So if Maidana and his team are banking on Floyd to be overlooking him to a potential fight with whoever, the names being thrown out there, they got another thing coming. I seen a few footage of Floyd Mayweather sparring, and he looks like he was training for power. So he might look to sit down on these punches and take Maidana out late. Like I said, Maidana has the swarm. Mayweather, he has the time Mayweather too. Mayweather can be hit. It's rare, but he can be hit. Time will play, his timing will be key to catch Mayweather when Mayweather's not expecting it. Shane Mosley did it, but Shane Mosley has quicker hands than Marcos Maidana. But like I said, this is an exciting fight for fight fans, even though people perceive it as a mismatch. And when you're a talented guy like Floyd Mayweather, most of your fights are gonna be, perceived as mismatches because it's a big gap in talent. Like with Miguel Cotto or Sugar Shane Mosley, whether you want to say they were past their prime, shot, put them on an equal playing field, Mayweather will still be favored. Maybe not as much as he was when they did fight, but he will still be favored. So, Floyd is the ultimate professional inside of that ring. He talks a good game. He promotes a fight well. Marcos Maidana, he's the total opposite. When it comes to personality, he's reserved. He really doesn't say too much. He does his talking in the ring with his right and left hands. And, that's how he gets the job done. He's had to earn everything, that he's received in his career. He had to, go to Texas and beat, Adrian Broner. And we all know what happens in Texas. That's home of bad cooking, bad decision making. Bad decisions given out by judges. And for him to go to Texas and do what he did to Adrian Broner, definitely earned his spot this coming May 3rd in the moment with Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, he's fought Amir Khan, he's fought Victor Callo, he's fought Victor Ortiz, Broner, Jesus Soto Carras, Josecito Lopez. So he's battle tested and he's ready. And then his baby just being born will give him a bigger boost and a bigger motivation to want to go pull the upset and be the first guy to defeat Floyd Mayweather and crack that code that Floyd Mayweather talks about. Floyd wants to be the best ever, and he's still on that goal of trying to go down as the greatest fighter to ever lace up a pair of gloves. So, he's coming off an impressive victory over Canelo Alvarez, where he just dominated the young lion over 12 rounds. So, he's looking forward to putting on another great show for the fight fans and keeping his perfect record unblemished. So those are my thoughts on that fight. Maidana just has to, cut the ring off, catch Mayweather when he has his left hand down. He has to time Mayweather. He has to use head movement when coming in, going to attack, and be smart with his attack. Work the body early in offense. Swarm Mayweather for the first round. Do not touch gloves with him. Be rough with him like you did with Adrian Broner, but do it. You're going to have to be better and more intelligent with it, because Adrian Broner and Floyd Mayweather are in two different levels of, where they're in their career. Broner still has to grow. And, that shoulder roll that Mayweather does is perfect. That's the right way you should do it. So I'm pretty sure Robert Garcia and his team is, coming up with a formidable game plan to try to pull off the big upset and defeat Mayweather, give him his first loss. But I know Floyd Mayweather Sr., Roger Mayweather, they're doing their best to come up with a great game plan to offset the power punch of Maidana and, cruise to a unanimous decision victory or even a late KO. So we don't know what's going to happen in the fight. But, those are just my keys to victory. Floyd simply has to stick and move. Do not get into a firefight with Maidana or you will go down, which you don't really have to tell Floyd that. He's going to fight his fight. He's going to do what he does each and every time he steps in the ring. So those are just my keys to victory and thoughts on the upcoming fight between Floyd Money Mayweather and Marcos Chino Maidana. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Colossal Sports Talk. Like I said, we're changing the name, and we're going to be talking about a variety of sports, but you know, boxing is still the forefront for us. Shout out to the homie CJ Goodfella, aka Don Corleone. Shout out to my boy Michael Turner, MT. Shout out to my boy Miguel Torres, aka Mighty Mouse. We on the rise. Support us, subscribe, comment, like. Go like us on Facebook. Go follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.